Are you lost? Confused? Don't know what to do with your life in between Shadowbringers and Endwalker? Well, I happen to have the perfect idea. In fact, this is the most perfect idea I've ever had. Let's watch some videos to fill the miserable void until Endwalker. Hey all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and today we're going to be talking about some Paladin changes that are upcoming in Endwalker. Now, longtime fans of the channel know that I love Paladins. I played one in WoW, I played one in D&D, I play one in Final Fantasy XIV. This is my favorite class, so I figured, we're starting with dessert. I'm getting my favorite class out of the way. We're going to go over some changes. I'm going to tell you what I think, and then people in the comments might tell me, hey, you were right on, or hey, you were actually kind of wrong, and here's why you're wrong. Thank you, YouTube, for always letting me know when I'm wrong. That being said, if you happen to enjoy this type of content, or you want to support me, why not click subscribe and hit that notification bell? That way you can stay up to date with everything the channel does. I also happen to stream during the week. We are still working out a new schedule, as I did give notice at my second job. But without further ado, let's get on to the Paladinness. So for those who played Paladin in Shadowbringers, you're familiar with Pop Requisite, then do Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, and Confiteor. Does a lot of damage. It's great. Looks awesome. Honestly, no notes, Paladin. You're doing good. But Endwalker had to bring changes, so let's go over them. There are now 3 different types of healers. We have 2 different pure healers, 2 barrier healers, and finally the Paladin moves into something of a hybrid role. There are 2 major watchwords for this iteration of the Paladin. The first is healing. The next is damage. Much of the healing is tied to new traits introduced after level 80. At level 82, Paladins gain Sheltron Mastery. Now, on screen right now, you should see something showing Sheltron. Boom. This upgrades Sheltron, the bread and butter mitigation tool, to Holy Sheltron. This improved ability still costs 50 points off your Oath Gauge, but increases duration to 8 seconds and imbues the Paladin with 2 new buffs, Knight's Resolve and Knight's Benediction. Knight's Resolve is a flat 15% damage reduction for 4 seconds. Meanwhile, Knight's Benediction is a heal over time for 12 seconds with a potency of 250. Now, previously, Sheltron would last up to 6 seconds, I believe. Up to 6 seconds, and that was the improved version of Sheltron. You picked up that trait while you were leveling. Both buffs also factor into Enhanced Intervention, another trait you'll receive at level 82. Like Sheltron, Intervention is increased to 8 seconds and imparts Knight's Resolve and Knight's Benediction to your friendly target. The healing isn't over, though. At level 84, you get Divine Magic Mastery 2 trait. This adds a healing effect to Holy Spirit and Holy Circle, giving Pallies even more healing during their magic damage combo. The potency of the healing effect for both spells is 400, which is a pretty potent healing spell. The final healing boost comes at level 88, where you get the trait Enhanced Divine Veil, which adds a 400 potency heal to the base ability. Divine Veil itself also underwent a slight mechanical change. The buff now ends when the barrier is cast, not after any additional HP recovery. So, good, useful. That way you don't have to worry about that second heal, which uses a GCD. Perfect. I'm liking this. I'm digging this. And again, it's not, I don't know that it's going to be broken, but it seems like the Paladin is going to be this is your sustain tank. Do you absolutely need somebody to get mollywopped and be like, no, I'm here. I'm good. What do you got? Clemency. Divine Veil. Knight's Resolve. Knight's Benediction. Shield. Swords. Smash. Holy Light. The other side of the coin is Enhanced Damage. At level 84, there's a new Melee Mastery trait that increases the potencies of Fast Blade, Riot Blade, Royal Authority, Holy Spirit, and Atonement. In the case of Fast Blade, Holy Spirit, and Atonement, we noted that the preview potencies were or at below current levels of these actions. As such, the pre-melee mastery versions are likely weaker than before. In addition, the damage over time potency and combo potency of certain actions, Circle of Scorn, Prominence, Goring Blade, and Royal Authority, have been lowered. This would theoretically balance out the Paladin's new healing powers with less damage output. Potency numbers are still being tuned. And again, do not make your decision to play off potency. Make your decision to play off what you can play well and what feels fun. Sometimes those two are different. At 86, Paladins get Spirits Within Mastery, which transforms the single target Spirits Within into an area effect called Expiation. The base Spirits Within no longer scales with maximum HP, while Expiation delivers a 300 potency attack to one target and 50% weaker attack to all other targets within 5 yards. It's a fairly small circle. Then, of course, we see many Spectral Swords. Paladin tries out his new combo on the moon, which honestly is something you're going to be doing. You're going to be shooting on the moon. You're going to be swinging on the moon. You're going to be mining on the moon. There's going to be moon herbs. It's great. The real meaty damage abilities all arrive at level 90, when Paladins get Blade of Faith, Blade of Truth, and Blade of Valor. These are the Sea of Swords attacks shown in the Endwalker Jom Actions preview. Confiteor used to be the odd ability you used to end your Holy Circle, Holy Spirit spam at the end of Requisite's buff duration. Now Confiteor combos into Blade of Faith, which combos into Blade of Truth, which culminates in Blade of Valor for the big finisher combo. In fact, the other three actions simply replace each other on your action bar. Now that's a wonderful change of life right there. I recommend it highly, because now instead of having to go 1, 2, 3, or control 1, control 2, control 3, it's control 1, control 1, control 1. That is a wonderful change. I like it a lot. Cuts down on keybind bloat. Now, some players can be like, I can put 40 keybinds on my thing, it's fine. Not everybody can do that, and since not everybody can do that, I like it when it makes it one button. That being said, I don't want one button to play your entire class. That's dumb. But for your finishers like that, I want one button. And it can change, and it can do stuff. And again, some people may not agree with me, but that's fine. I'm trying to help people get into the game. And gatekeeping the game behind, again, an excess number of keybinds, or what I consider an excess number of keybinds, is not helpful for the game. Doesn't grow it. Puts people off. After all, they still have to get through that post-ARR quest line, which, even after the number's been nerfed, it's still a lot. And while the Crystal Braves are fun, it's not the most interesting storyline, especially when you get into Heaven's Ward and you're like, wow, this is amazing. Anyways, Blade of Faith, Truth, and Valor all restore MP, but unlike Confiteor, they deal full potency to a single target, and 50% of that to all remaining targets within 5 yalms. They all have a 25 yalm range, so that means I can hit them a little far away, and they do 5 yalm range AoE splash, which is great. While Confiteor currently deals 800 potency, the Endwalker iteration will seemingly drop a bit. It was 450 potency in the preview, whereas the additional actions added up to a total of 1470 potency, with the added falloff for additional targets. Blade of Truth also hits enemies with a damage over time for 80 potency over 21 seconds on your first target, with a 50% falloff over 21 seconds. This dot cannot be combined with Goring Blade's dot, however. Now, do I like that? Not really, but okay. Understood, you got to keep damage numbers in tune, and a 21-second dot is kind of a long time. I don't know that they're balancing for PvE. I assume they're balancing for PvP, so they don't have these you have to focus heal or uncleansable dots, or they make a tank be very viable in PvP, and I'm sure there are a lot of really good PvP tanks. I am not one of them. There's also a change to Requisite itself. It now has a flat 400 potency, but it gives you 5 stacks of Requisite buff that increase magic damage dealt by 100% and lowers spell cast time to 0. There's still a limited duration to use those spells within, but it's now 30 seconds, and every spell cast uses 1 stack. I believe it's up from 12 seconds, which is quite good. That means you can actually move and have a little bit more freedom. That means you have more time to spam Holy Spirit, Holy Circle, giving you some breathing room to move during an encounter, and obviously you use that last stack on the new Confiteor combo. Basically, you get more damage for the magic combo while looking like a badass to boot. I agree. Paladin, honestly, you look great. You look fantastic. New swords on the moon. Holy stuff. Yes. There for it. Now, we can look at Sheltron Mastery, of course. 82 upgrades Sheltron to Holy Sheltron. There it is. You get it at 82. Holy Sheltron blocks incoming attacks. Grants Knight's Resolve, reducing damage taken by 15%. Duration is 4 seconds. Grants Knight's Benediction, gradually restoring HP over time. For a cure potency of 250. Duration 12 seconds. And, of course, the Oath Gauge is still 50. Which I think is fine. I don't think they should change that around there. It's pretty easy to get those stacks, especially if you, 1, play well, and 2, you avoid damage, and 3, you have a healer. And again, if you're doing a tank in dungeons or in raids, odds are you're going to be healed. Now, if you're not being healed as a tank, and you may have to talk to your group about that. There's that old meme, healers adjust. Enhanced Intervention. Enhances the duration of intervention to 8 seconds, grants Knight's Resolve to target, reducing damage taken by 10%, and it's 4 seconds long. Grants Knight's Benediction to target, gradually restoring HP over time. Cure potency 250, duration 12. So essentially, as we went over, Enhanced Intervention gives Holy Sheltron benefits to target over there. So you see your Black Mage getting ready to be Wally-bopped. Oh, and you save him. Paladin. That's what you do. And of course, your Black Mage is going to be like, thank you, Paladin. Flare. Or some other thing. Maybe Xenoglossy, maybe something else. I don't really play a Black Mage. I just got mine to 49, so I'm still learning, still new at the art of looking at things and being like, hey, I wonder what that would look like on fire. I am finding out, though, and often the answer is orange. Of course, Divine Magic Mastery 2 at level 84 adds a healing effect to Holy Spirit and Holy Circle. Great, no notes, love it. Melee Mastery at level 84 increases the potency of Fast Blade to 200, Riot Blade to 170, Royal Authority to 130, Holy Spirit to 270, and Atonement to 420. Now, that is a little lower because right now Atonement in Shadowbringers is 550. I would like to see if Atonement didn't break combos, but I doubt that'll happen. Spirits Within Mastery. Upgrade Spirits to Expassion. It delivers an attack to target all enemies nearby with potency of 300 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. Additional effect restores MP. Of course, we know that's great. And that actually didn't happen before. I like that it restores MP. That's kind of cool. Enhanced Divine Veil adds a healing effect to Divine Veil. Blade of Faith deals unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby with a potency of 250 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. That's in 5 yards, or 5 yalms. So potency, initial hit will be 250. Fall off will be 125. Combos with Confiteor. Combo bonus restores MP. Blade of Truth deals unaspected damage to target all enemies nearby with potency of 350 and then 50% for less. So that's 350 on the first hit, 175 on the second. Combo with Blade of Faith restores MP. And then, of course, Blade of Valor deals unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby with potency of 420. So that'll be 210 on the splash. You get a combo action with Confiteor. Combo bonus restores MP. Combo bonus damage over time. Potency 80 for the first enemy and 40 for the remaining. Duration's 21 seconds. And, of course, it can't be stacked with Goring Blade, which is a shame. But there we go. That, of course, guys, that's the Paladin. That's essentially the Paladin skill changes for Endwalker. Now, will there be tuning passes? Of course. Will numbers change? Yes. Will things get better with gear? Of course, because we're essentially stepping onto the moon. We're going to a whole new world. I know we did in Shadowbringers, but now we're going to a whole new world where we can look and be like, hey, look, it's Eorzea! Hi, Hydaelyn! And we'll find out what's going on with Hydaelyn. Maybe she won't be happy with us. You know, you never know. We did actually confirm that she is essentially a primal. So that'll be something interesting. After all, primals tend to remove the will of things, and we've been doing the will of a primal for the entire time. Here's the thing, guys. If you like what I did here, go on and click subscribe, click that notification bell. Also, right now on screen, there should be a list of people who happen to support me at my Patreon. That's patreon.com/Nimicry. Thank you to those people. If you'd like to join that, again, it's patreon.com/Nimicry. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will be around on Twitch often, and I'll try to release more videos for Final Fantasy XIV as it approaches Endwalker and throughout Endwalker. Feel free to let me know, and of course, I'd like to thank you for watching this far in the video. So take care, and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.